Point Pleasant, West Virginia at the Tu-Endie-Wei State Park. I think that's how it's pronounced. I don't actually know. I stopped here to get some snacks in me. I haven't eaten much today. And to dry out my tent. I got a break in the weather, though it looks like a temporary break. This area is full of history. I'm not even going to try to go into it because my memory sucks, but a lot of battles with the Indians in this spot, and then later battles in the Civil War in this spot. My assumption is this was a really important spot due to the locations of the rivers and how we use rivers at that point to transport things. Anyways, the day's turned out pretty decent, though I think it's gonna get back into rain. I don't know. Headed towards the TNT area when I leave Point Pleasant, and we're gonna try to camp in a TNT storage facility. Follow along. Let's see if I make it. So this is where the Kanawha River meets the Ohio River. And the Kanawha River actually starts where the New River and the Gauley River meet in West Virginia. So this water is flowing all the way from North Carolina as the New River actually starts. The headwaters for the New River is actually in North Carolina. It flows through, starts in North Carolina, flows through Virginia, into West Virginia, through what we know as the New River Gorge, meets up with the Gauley River and becomes the Kanawha River. Flows down through Charleston and into Point Pleasant. A little trail along the flood wall here, and they've got a ton of cool murals. Gravel's a little loose to be biking in, at least with these tires. Whew. No carbs now. Tomorrow will make 2 weeks. Still working on switching over into ketoses for those familiar with it. Hello. And this is Main Street in Point Pleasant. Across the street here we got the Mothman Museum. Looks like some pretty cool murals on the wall up here. Old advertising. We got the Mothman himself over here. At least a monument of him. The Mothman. Mothman. So we're going to be camping where these folks originally saw the Mothman. Always a happening spot. All right, we're in Point Pleasant, right downtown where the Mothman Museum is at and the Mothman statue. Sir, tell us who you are and what you do.
My name is Jeff Walmsley, and I'm the owner, creator of the world's only Mothman Museum here on Main Street, Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
And How many guests do you get, you say, a year?
It grows every year, you know, 40, 50, 60,000 a year. So.
Rolling out of Point Pleasant. It's going to be dark in probably 2 hours. I think it's about 3:30 and sunset's at 5:30 now with the rollback of Tom. Daylight savings time, that is. I'm gonna hit this Dollar General and buy me a gallon of water, I guess. No shoulder out here. There is a passing lane, so it gives them some room to go around, assuming they use it. This is Route 62. I believe I'll be on it for about 4 miles before I can cut off and get away from this particular road. 6 or 7 miles to get to the TNT area. Stick around, folks. We're gonna camp in a TNT storage dome. A TNT bunker. We are off Route 62 and we are circling around the McClintic wilderness area, the McClintic Wildlife Preserve area. Do we want to say that it's eerie with all these gray clouds when it was supposed to be a sunny day? I don't know. There's sun over my right shoulder and blue skies out there a ways. So this gray sky is literally just circling over the TNT area. Creepy. Just a little ways to go. And we're gonna find one of these bunkers to camp in. So they're lined up in rows. I don't know how many there are, but there's a good bit. I'm gonna try to find one that's back off the road, with the assumption that if any kids show up, they're going to the first one off the road. And my biggest concern really is just someone finding me in one of these bunkers and locking me in while I'm sleeping. Dang dogs, they're probably gonna chase me. I gotta put this down. somewhere around here, someone's shooting. And it's echoing through here. They hunt around here, and that's what you're hearing is gunfire. That's not too far off. Now, I don't really think that's an issue, but if they're doing it all night long, it's going to drive me nuts because the sound is carrying inside of the bunker and echoing. This one might be okay. It looks like they'd have a hard time trying to shut the door. Not impossible, but a hard time trying to. I think I'm going to set my camp up right inside the doorway to the left or to the right. So if someone just looks in, they might not see me. Anyways, I'm going to push the bike in and start setting up camp. These are set in long rows. I don't know how many rows there are. I know there's at least 2 rows of them. Probably more. All right, let's get camp set up. It's been a kind of a long day. I really didn't want to spend any money to do a trip, but I also didn't want to sit at home. So I decided just to load up my bike and take off and head to the Gallipolis and the Point Pleasant area. To be honest, I wasn't really excited about it. Like, I've been to the area before, it's not what I wanted to do. But I forced myself to go out anyways. Trying really hard not to be bitter over various issues. And these trips is kind of how I deal with all that stuff. And sitting at home not doing stuff just adds to it. So I loaded up the bike and I left Saturday morning. And yesterday I ended up having so much fun checking out the Railroad Museum, which was really nice. I believe his name is Jerry. Gave me a tour of the place and talked to me about the various things, and it sounds like they got a lot of plans, so that's cool to check out. That's probably it. That's a lot of blabbing. I don't know. So I created a Facebook group for everybody to join. It's called Adventure Cycling. I'll post up the link on here. You should check that out. And yeah, I got the super likes on, and there's a member area. If there's anything you guys want to see, let me know. There's probably nothing that's going to be in the member area that won't get released for everybody to see. I really hate paywalls, but I think YouTube pushes your channel more the more these options you have open. That's what I've been seeing online in my research. Anyways, I'm gonna shut this down because all this audio is probably bad anyways. Good morning, everybody. It is day 3 on this, I don't know, forced impromptu bike tour. So last night I made it through the night, stealth camping in a TNT bunker. It is quite creepy. So these bunkers are lined up in rows. At the end of the row, it's gated off. People turn around there all the time. So the headlights would be shining down the row. And then at some point, there was people walking around the first bunker in the row, and I could hear them, and I could see their flashlights. Everything. So the bunker's made of concrete. It's a big concrete dome with like a double door on the front. And every sound, not just inside the bunker, but the sounds outside the bunker, echo extremely loudly in the bunker. It's really odd because the sound standing in the doorway isn't as loud as it ends up inside the bunker. And I discovered the slightest movement on my ground pad makes a terribly loud popping sound inside the bunker. So every time I moved at night, that's what I would hear. So I woke myself up multiple times. But all in all, it wasn't bad. I slept, pretty okay considering I was on edge all night. I am about, the TNT area where I'm at is about 6 or 7 miles past Point Pleasant, the town. So I am headed back now, back towards Point Pleasant, back across the bridge to Ohio, and then down Route 7 to get back home. Quite a morning. If I don't show it on here, it'll be on the end of the video, but I lost my drone in a dang tree. Now, I should say I crashed my drone in a tree, because after I crashed it in a tree and it was stuck in the tree, I was able to throw sticks at it to knock it loose, and it was probably 25 feet above my head. And I tried to catch it as it fell, but I didn't catch it and it hit the ground. It seems okay though. There was a piece that popped off. I just popped it back on and kept flying it. So that's pretty good, I guess. It's hard to be cautious with the drone. I'll tell you, a real problem is if I break the drone, it's going to be hard to replace it, because they're trying to ban DJI drones in the US, and there is no equivalent drone company right now. Like in the United States, we're not building a drone anywhere near as good as a DJI drone for not even twice the price. Anyways, I'll get some more blabbing as we get going. Thanks for watching. If you're still around, like and subscribe, baby. On we go. This is how close the plant is to the TNT area. All but across the street, really. It's chilly this morning. I forgot to check the temp. 44 degrees. Sorry about the camera shake. That was me checking my thermometer. 44 degrees. I think any colder and I'm going to have a hard time in my tent, at least in comparison to my hammock. For those that don't know, hammock camping is warmer than in a tent. If you got questions, let me know. Maybe I'll do a whole video on it. This is Route 62 we're turning on to. It is a busy road, or it was yesterday. Yesterday I turned off of this route and ended up on a gravel road that was probably another 3 miles long. It's Monday morning, so I'm not sure what the traffic will be like. Speaking of which, alright folks, until I get back down into town off of this no shoulder road, I'm going to shut this down, and there'll be some more blabbing on the way home. Thanks for watching, everybody. Gonna be a headwind headed back today. About to hop back on 35 and go across this busy 4-lane bridge. Right now I like seeing this 1 lane ahead sign. That probably means I can jump in the closed lane. Plenty of room on the on-ramp so far. I don't see any 1 lane. Had my hopes up. I might see it coming up here. Whew. Tired. Oh man, I see cones. If we're real lucky, they'll go all the way across the bridge. to it. Private lane, baby. That's Point Pleasant over there. You might be able to see the power plant out in the distance. That's the area I started in this morning. This wide load up here is hitting the cones. Even with the empty lane, you gotta be super cautious. The exit's open, so I'll have to watch for traffic trying to get over for the exit. We are back in Ohio, in Gallipolis. Well, slightly east of Gallipolis. I guess this area has a different name. Man, the heavy traffic bridges are scary. Just left Gallipolis, stopped and had an avocado and some pecans, and I'm on my way home. It's about 40 miles and we got a strong headwind. Route 7 goes along the river, and I'm headed west. Southwest, that is, directly into a headwind that's coming out of the southwest. I don't have too much left today. 25, 27 miles, something like that. It's all Route 7, all the way home. Not videoing too much today because I've already been through here. And I'm not sure how long this video is already going to be. If you're still watching, I appreciate it. I just needed to get out and do something. Soothe the nerves a little bit. So I've been talking about dieting for a while. And this was much easier when I was hiking, but I haven't had any carbs in the last 2 weeks. And on this trip, I've only been eating fat and proteins. I'll be honest, I'm not eating enough. And I don't mean I should be eating carbs. I mean, I ain't eating enough I'm not eating enough calories. I had some avocados with me when I took off and quickly figured out they was no good. So I had to throw them away. And I should have stopped and bought some yesterday or Saturday. Really Saturday. And I didn't. I have literally been eating nothing. Hello. I've been eating nothing but tuna, pecans, some beef sticks, pork rinds, and I had some macadamia nuts, but I had some last night, and I'll be honest, I don't know if it was the macadamia nuts or something else, but I felt terrible after I ate them. So I haven't eaten any more of the macadamia nuts. Anyways, I'm rolling into a strong headwind. I'm gonna shut this down and keep on pushing. I knew the ride back was gonna suck because predominantly the wind blows this way. And what do you know, it's a windy day. Thanks for watching, everybody. Probably get a little bit more before the end of the trip, but this is about it. Windy, right at me. Yep, that's olive oil. This is quality content. Like and subscribe.